Welcome to Lake Rest Sleep Clinic. You must be my 3 o'clock appointment. Yes, I've been expecting you. I'm sure you know what you're here for. Yeah. I just have some forms here that you and I are going to go over, and you're going to answer these questions to the best of your ability. When you've been coming here, you've been seeing Dr. Davis, is that correct? I am going to take down your answers today. I am not going to be your doctor. I am simply the messenger. So I won't be doing any diagnosing or anything like that. I'm just going to write down exactly what you tell me. Before we begin, is there anything I can get for you? Water, tea? If you change your mind, just let me know. We're just going to get right to it. We have your basic information down, your name, your birthday, because you've been here, but if you could just confirm that for me. And date of birth. Thank you. And your current address. Okay, great. And what's a good home phone number or cell number to reach you at? Okay, so the one we have down is still good. We have your email, just to double check. Okay, has anything changed with your height or your weight? You haven't noticed any weight gain or weight loss? Okay. Any change to your medical history? Okay. Are you still taking that medication? Okay. And how has that medication been treating you? Have you noticed any side effects? Okay. Do you have any history of epilepsy, convulsions, seizures, things like that? Okay. And last time you said you do not smoke. Has anything changed with that? Okay, still no smoking. Do you take any other substances? You can be completely honest. This is just for your medical form. I'm not going to tell on you. Now let's talk about your caffeine intake. I'm very bad about drinking a lot of caffeine, so again, there's no judgment here. Do you drink a lot of caffeine? You would say somewhat, well, but yes. And about how much? Like if you drink soda, how many cans? Cup of coffee, tea, unless it's herbal. Okay, so you're more into coffee. Okay, coffee. It'll make you jittery. It'll keep you up. And about how many cups? Okay. Have you changed your occupation since the last time you came in? Okay. And what would you say is your main problem right now? The thing that brought you in? Okay, so you're getting to sleep, but the sleep is, okay, it's not so good, and you're having trouble staying asleep. Okay. How long has that been happening? On and off? Okay, so it's sort of something you chronically deal with. Now, if I ask you a question and it's something you don't know, or some of these questions might need an outside person to answer them, say you sleepwalk, like your sleepwalking habits, you wouldn't exactly know those. So if you can't answer something, we'll just skip it, okay? Let's talk about your current sleeping habits when you're in your room. Do you sleep alone? Sometimes you have someone with you, but mostly alone. Sometimes a partner. Okay. And on average, from when you go to lay down, how long does it take you to fall asleep? Okay. And that can vary, okay? But we're gonna write that down. Now, when you are in bed awake, are there any certain thoughts that keep you up? Can be about family, job, health. Maybe seems a bit intrusive to ask here at a sleep clinic, but we want to get down to the root cause of the problem. Okay, so family matters and work. Yeah, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's move on to the next portion. Do you do anything in bed to help you get to sleep? Any nightly rituals? Okay, so we have some relaxation exercises, like deep breathing. That's a good one. Meditation. Okay. Reading. Okay, reading can be a good one. How often do you find yourself having trouble getting to sleep? If you can put a rough number to it. Okay. So you would say many times a week. Okay. Many times a week. And stress makes it worse. Stress makes everything worse. Any kind of health problem is exacerbated by stress. Okay, when you cannot sleep, what do you find yourself doing? Do you just lay in bed? Do you put on a TV show? Anything like that? Play a video game? Lie in the dark? And eventually end up doom scrolling. Okay. I feel that the same. Do you find yourself having achy legs before you go to bed? Okay. I'm doing no on that one. Do you move your legs a lot before you go to sleep? Do you find them a bit restless? Sometimes? Okay, we're gonna put that then. Sometimes. And you mentioned sometimes that you will get to sleep, but you won't stay asleep. How often is that happening to you? Many times a week. Okay. About how many nights? 4. Okay. When you're able to fall back to sleep, how long does that usually take? More than 2 hours? Okay. What position or positions do you find yourself sleeping in? Are you a side sleeper, tummy sleeper, back sleeper, or an unusual position I've never heard of? Mostly side. But sometimes you get on your back. Okay. Sleep affects so much. How would you describe your mood the following day when you've not gotten a good night's rest? Cranky, agitated, and lethargic. Okay, so it's definitely affecting your life. Does it make you feel depressed? What about anxious? Okay. Do you find it affecting your concentration? What about your memory? And your ability to work? Yeah. But you've kept a steady job? Well, good for you. I know that can be hard. Now, let's talk about kind of your ideal sleeping for a bit. How long would you like to be able to sleep? It seems like a silly question, but I do have to ask. Okay, so you want to aim for 6, ideally 8. Yeah, we want to try to get you around the 8-hour marker, but 6 is a great place to start. I want to apologize. Some of these questions are going to seem kind of goofy because you're clearly here at a sleep clinic. So you're working on sleep, but I do have to ask these. When you wake up in the morning, do you usually feel well rested or quite tired? And you can kind of gauge it. We can do like a 1 to 10 scale on that. Okay, you feel tired. We talked about your moods. Do you ever take any naps during the day? And when you take naps, do you find yourself falling to sleep faster than, say, when you go to bed at night? Yes, okay. Naps can be a blessing and a curse. There is a sweet spot for naps, but if you sleep too long during a nap, it can kind of throw off your rhythm. When you do nap, what does that look like for you? Do you sleep for a long time? Do you sleep in your bed or on the couch? Okay, so sometimes a couple hours. Okay, so you just feel exhausted and you'll pass out on the couch. Now, these questions are some of the ones I was telling you about where you might not be able to answer it because they're about when you are sleeping. But if you've discussed it with someone, like a close family friend, family lover, they should be able to tell you this. But if you don't have an answer, just tell me, skip. Do you ever find yourself talking in your sleep? Okay, what about sleepwalking? Do you grind your teeth in your sleep? You're drifting off to sleep, right? Do you ever find yourself being suddenly awoken, or you get a quick movement in your arms or your legs? Do you move around a lot in the bed once you're asleep? What about snoring? Have you been told you're a loud snorer? Do you snore at all? Okay, so really just when you're sick, we'll put just when sick. Has anyone ever told you that it sounds like you stop breathing during your sleep? Okay. Yeah, that's the thing that happens with sleep apnea. It can be quite scary. That does happen. We would just fit you for a mask. Do you find yourself getting up frequently to use the bathroom during the night? Really? Okay. But yeah, sometimes if you have a lot of water, it happens. We'll put sometimes on occasion. Do you suffer from any nightmares, sleep terrors, anything like that? Okay, so we have the occasional nightmare, but it's rare. Are you afraid of the dark? We do have to ask that it can affect things a lot. We talked about achy legs, bedtime rituals, so I don't need to do that. Sleeping medication you're already on currently. So I'm just going to put your current medication here from the check over. Let's see. During the day, do you have any urges to go to sleep? Do you find yourself falling asleep unexpectedly? Can even be in public, or just feeling extremely drowsy during the daytime. Okay. Sometimes you feel very fatigued. Okay. Have you fallen asleep somewhere you're not supposed to before? Almost at work? This one may be hard to answer. When you're sleeping, do you breathe through your nose or through your mouth? Or both? Okay, so nose. Mouth only when you're sick. That happens. Do you ever find yourself having a headache upon waking? And do you sweat when you sleep? Cold sweats, hot sweats? Only during the summer. We can put it, but I think that's just because it's hot. So we'll put sometimes during summer. This section is really going to just talk about, since you've been at the clinic, it's about the treatment options and a little bit of things we've tried here, and again, just answer to the best of your ability. Have you ever had any advice or treatment for your sleep? Yes. It says, if yes, please describe. So the previous times you've been here, what have they told you? Okay. Has any of that advice or treatment helped you? You can be honest. It's helped. It has helped, but it hasn't. Okay, hasn't eradicated the problem. So we'll say yes, but some issues still persist. Now, how severe do you consider your sleeping problems to be? How badly is it affecting your day-to-day life? You would say, we're going to put moderate. Are there any other people who are affected by your sleeping patterns or habits? And if so, give me like a brief description. Okay, so sometimes, like you said, if someone's sleeping beside you, they've told you you move around a lot and they can feel you being restless. Okay, yeah, we can put that. Has anyone else in your family had sleep issues? It could be anything, nightmares, sleepwalking, night terrors, unusual movements, jerking motions, anything like that. And how is that person related to you? So both of them? Is there anything else about your sleep that is important? Anything I haven't mentioned that you would like to bring up? You just want some solutions, yeah. I think with all the information you've given me that we'll be able to figure out a sleep plan that will work for you. Just double checking that I got everything written down. Didn't miss anything important for you. So you don't have to come back and refill out these forms. It all looks good to me. Do you have any questions before you leave today? No. Okay, well, I'm gonna hand this to your doctor. I hope that it all gets sorted out for you. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.